Hey, beautiful people, it's your girl T, and I'm back, y'all. I'm back again so soon, right? I'm back, and I just want to say thank you to all of my subscribers, and thank you for those who stopped by just to see what I was up to tonight or today. And if you have not yet subscribed and you like what you see, go ahead and click the subscribe button. And don't forget to click the notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload a video. So what I'm doing tonight or today is I am going to show you how I color snow. There is no right or wrong way. It's the way you do it. There probably are different ways to do this all across ColorTube. But I was asked by the lovely ladies in my Facebook group to show them how I colored snow when I showed them some of the progress I had done in this book I'm trying to complete this year. So I'll just show you guys some of the pictures that have snow that I've done, and they want to know how to do it. Okay, just 1 second here. All right, here's one of the pages I've done. Now, I'm not really sure how well you can see the snow, the sparkle in this. You could really see it really good in my video I showed them. But as you can see, it's down here, it's sparkly, and they want to know how to go about getting that effect. So I'm going to show you another one. Don't have very many colored in here, but here's another one. Again, sparkly, and just how do you do that, T? How do you make your snow? So we're going to go ahead and do that. So I've already selected a page that I'm going to show you how I shade for that. It's going to be this page here. This is, again, Enchanted Christmas by Teresa Goodridge. And I'm going to work on this page. So basically, the things that I use to create my snow is, first and foremost, I use a light blue from any set of colored pencils that you own. You can use the lightest blue, sky blue. This one here is from Arteza. This is Periwinkle. It's not really, you know, it's like a light blue. I consider this a light blue. So I use this color or a color similar to this. The next thing, once I'm done shading with this, I then go ahead and put on some white. I cover the dark lines, the black lines. So there are different ways you can do that. You can use a Signo, Uniball Signo. You can use a Galaxy marker with opaque ink in it. You can use the Arteza white gel pen. You can use Posca. I really like using Posca. Or you can use a white jelly roll. Whatever you like to use to cover up the black lines is what you would want to use. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in, because I'm just going to color the snow down here so you can see how to actually color it with the pencil, or how I color it with the pencil. And then you can then, excuse me, you can then, you know, you do it your way. So I'm going to zoom in here. It's going to be just a second. I feel like I have a shadow somewhere. Let me take care of that just 1 second. All right, I'm back. I think I've taken care of that. Gotten some better lighting here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom in to the area that I'm going to be working. All right, so basically, I'm going to take a light blue pencil, and I'm basically just going to color where I think I want shading to go. So basically thinking about this as if I'm shading this, the little hills here, the little snow hills. I don't even know what you call them. But we're going to call them snow hills. So I've already started here. So basically, I'm just going to take this pencil and lightly, you know, shade that, making sure to go lighter as I come to the top of the little snow hill. right? So then I'll go to the next one. And it's okay if you have some areas that are a little dark. It's fine because, you know, it's not perfect, right? When you see a snow hill, they're not perfect. So basically just continuing that all the way up for every snow hill. Getting a little darker down by the line here, and then a little lighter as you get towards the top. Now again, I'm no professional, right? This is just the way I do it, and want to help other people when they ask me how to do it, or how I, you know, what I do to make this effect. So over here, I'm going to do the same thing, because what I'm doing here is saying that the light is on the top of these little mountains or these little hills. So the bottom of the hill will have a shadow, right? Darker and then lighter as I go up. Same down here. I want to make sure I get this area. All right. So you see that? All right, we have one down here I don't want to miss. So I'm going to do one more over here because I'm not going to cover this whole page. I'm going to show you what it looks like once you've done all of your shading, and then you go to step 2, which is adding the lines. Or not adding the lines, but adding the white to cover up the lines. All right, so you just go through this and you keep adding where you want it, right? Keep going. Down here, I would add it here. So, you know, you have to decide, you know, it's up to you where you want to put this blue color or light blue on this page. Like, I'm going to do it here because these leaves will be casting a shadow, right? Potentially, depending on what you see, what your vision is, right? Okay, so we're going to put some down here because this is where the snow would be too. All right, so basically that's the step that I take to add the blue. Again, very light blue, adding it to the page. Now, part 2 is to use one of the pens you like, you know, for covering up white lines. I have several here, you know, from $1 all the way up to several dollars. So it just depends on what you like to do or what you like to use. So what that looks like, because I have one that has already been done, but I'll show you guys. This one here, as you can see, I've done the blue, right? And I've added the white lines on top. They're not perfect, of course, but I was having issues with my pen. But as you can see, I did this whole page that way. Okay, even on the rooftops. Okay. So now the next step is to choose your sparkle, right? Choose what sparkle you like. And so I use, let me zoom back out a bit. I use Mod Podge, the holographic glitter. So this is, this one's called Hologram, I'm sorry. So I use the Mod Podge hologram glitter. here. You can find this at Walmart. You can get it online. Michael's, most craft stores have this. So this is one of my favorite ones to use because it's not super glittery if you don't want a super glittery effect, but it does glitter and it works great. Another option that I use is Glitterific. This one here. This is when I really want it to be shimmery. You see how sparkly that is, right? It's so pretty. This one is called Clear Hologram. So either way, I'm using a hologram. One's a little bit more shinier than the other, right? This one is a little more difficult to spread. You really have to spread it out, you know, like you really got to work this one. So I don't like to use it on areas where I have a lot to cover. Mod Podge is a lot easier to use. It's, you know, it's more liquefied. You can hear it. It's more liquefied and you can just put your paintbrush in and just go, right? So we're going to go ahead and try doing it with the Mod Podge. So I'm going to go get a paintbrush and we'll get started. All right, now for the fun. So I just got two different brushes. I got just this master stroke round brush, and then I got this brush that has an angle. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, and I'm lazy, guys. I don't pour my Mod Podge into a container or a palette. I dip it in. I'm no shame to my game, all right? I'll tell you that right now. So what I just do is stick my clean, make sure your brush is clean now. I stick my clean brush right on in there and get some out. Sometimes you have some in the lid and you can just, you know, take it from the lid. So this page, actually, I'll let you guys know, this page I did the blue with Liro Aqua Color instead of pencil. But it still has its same look, right? So now I'm gonna go ahead and just add this Mod Podge. And that's all you do. You just get your Mod Podge, or your, if you wanna use stickles, or if you like to use the Glitterific, you just get this on here and spread it around all over the snow, you know, and you'll have your sparkle. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this whole page because this is one I needed to do anyways. But you know, a lot of people do it differently, and there's no wrong or right way. I just do it this way. This works best for me. It's quick, easy. The most tedious part of doing snow is doing whiting out the lines. That's the most tedious part. And everything else is pretty easy. You know, you don't have to be perfect with Mod Podge if you don't want to. Some glitter will go somewhere. And the good thing about Mod Podge is that you can just take your finger and wipe it off. I love stuff that's easy. Because we don't have a lot of time in the world to color these books, right? We don't have that much time. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I just put my Mod Podge all around here. And if I want to get into these smaller areas, I'll move to the smaller brush. But I like to work the big areas first and then come back. You know, the horse might get a little glitter on it, but that's okay. It's okay. So I'm going to come back with a smaller brush for that. So as you can see, it's still wet, but you're getting the shimmer, right? It's really, really easy. This is one of the most fun things I like to do is snow. Because you're just having fun with it. I love seeing the glitter go on and just having this cool effect on the page. I guess they would call this mixed media art, right? Because we're using not just colored pencils, you're using Mod Podges and paints and glitter gel pens. You're using lots of things to create certain effects on your page. It's all art and it's all fun. But I really enjoy using Mod Podge. I do love using the Glitterific as well, but again, on areas that I don't have to do a lot because it's much thicker. Like I explained, it's much thicker and harder to move. Now you could go, you know, and if you wanted something to have a little bit of extra sparkle, you could use the Glitterific in those places that you want an extra sparkle. Like maybe I could do it on the rooftops of the homes. But yes, you just get that on there. So now I'm gonna switch to the smaller brush. And I just use just a round brush and I just dip that right on in the, dip it right on in there. I just dip it right on in there. And then I go for the areas that I couldn't reach with the bigger brush. And sometimes I do a dabbing motion just to get more glitter on there. This will dry clear. That's why I like this Mod Podge. It dries clear even though it has like a yellowish look to it inside of the container. Like a ivory look. It does dry clear. Sorry you can't see that. Adding more Mod Podge up here. Get into the spaces I couldn't get into. And just make sure you don't have clumps, because sometimes if you don't get it on there nice, it'll clump up and you don't want that. So you want to spread it out. So I'm going to get this back here. I think I've already shown this as a completed page. I hope I did not, because this was not done. I'll have to go back and look. So yeah, basically just adding your Mod Podge or whatever glitter you want to use on top. So it's really simple, at least to me. The hardest part is, again, you know, doing the shading that you want, where you want that blue to go, that light blue. That's the most difficult part. And the most tedious part, it's not hard because the line's already there for you. So that's the tedious part, is whitening out your lines. So I'm going to keep doing this until it's done, and then we'll be done with this video. It's very easy. So down in the comment section, let me know what you think about this technique. And do you have a technique you like to use that you like to share? I'm all ears for new ways to do things. You know, it might be better or more time saving than my method. I'd love to know. And I hope that you're able to achieve snow on your next Christmas picture or just a wintry picture. Now down in here where these hollies are, I kind of do more of a dabbing because I don't want to smear it on top. Even though it's going to dry clear, they can have a little sparkle too. It's not going to hurt them to have sparkle. But if you don't want that on there, you just have to be a little bit more careful just to like dot it on. yeah, so we're almost done here. Just have this section down here. Then I'll show you, I'll zoom out and let you see. I have an eyelash there. Glad it didn't go in my eye. Just dabbing it on there. Just dabbing in these areas because I don't really want it on the hollies that much. If it gets on there, it's okay, but you know, if you wanted to make it easier for yourself and you didn't care for you know, if it went onto the hollies, you could just paint over the whole thing with your Mod Podge. You could just go right over the whole thing. Because again, it's going to dry clear. But it's going to have some shine. Let me get in this area. I feel like I don't have enough. And you know, if you want more shine, once it dries, you can add more. It's going to be really sparkly and pretty. It's so pretty already. I love the sparkle that this Mod Podge gives off. Look at that. Look at that sparkle. Isn't that pretty? I love it. Sparkly. I'm just making sure I haven't missed any areas. I'm going to zoom back out. All right, so then what you want to do is let that dry. So that is how I color snow. So a recap of the tools that you'll need. The tools that you'll need are a light blue pencil, or if you want to use gray, light gray, you can use gray. I like to use the blue. So light blue pencil. You'll then need, step 2, you'll need a white pen to wipe out all of the black lines. Okay, there's different types. Again, Posca, Galaxy markers. You can use a Signo, a Uniball Signo, Arteza, or Sakura white, whatever white pen you like to use, or a paint pen. The next item after that you'll need is, you're going to need some paint brushes, and then your glitter of choice, whether it's glitterific, or if you like to use Mod Podge, or if you like to use stickles or any other glittery hologram glitter. And that is it. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. It's a quick one, and be sure to please go ahead and like the video if you liked it, and if you want to make a comment down below, please do so. I love reading comments and I love responding to you all. And also, if you're new to the channel, you just come across this video, please feel free to go ahead and click the subscribe button. I'd love for you to be a part of the Beautiful People family. All right, y'all, until next time, take care.